Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel, and today we got something a little bit weird for you. A friend of mine was cleaning out their closet and then sent me a DM asking, hey, found this, is it something you would want? So I took a look and yeah, my curiosity overwhelmed. What it was a very obvious knockoff of the original Megazord, and not just any old Megazord, one that I had as a kid. So for the sake of nostalgia, I went, you know what? Sure. It gets me a little bit of material and it helps out a friend at the same time. So Morgan, if you happen to be watching, thank you very much for offering it to me. And yeah, we're going to take a look at BigBeastGod, which is a very literal translation of Daijujin. So at least someone understood Japanese who did the knocking off on this one. So, the design itself, so I'll show you once we get here, but yeah, you can tell very knockoff just from how plain the box looks. Not a whole lot of effort going into it outside the logo. Oh, and then the fun we can have just browsing around the box. Gall, the Guardian Beast. No? My girlfriend just had her Gall removed. Like, that's a lot. I don't know. I don't know. Why are we bringing up vital organs? I guess not vital. Why are we bringing up internal organs in this? I like how the eye isn't even centered correctly. Like, they couldn't even get that correct. And if we look below, we are being offered Saber Tiger. Yeah, kind of. And then Ceratops. Not a Triceratops, just a Ceratops. And Ceratopsian is the general term for any dinosaur of that style. I guess that's not totally incorrect. Now, admittedly, they got some good pictures of Daijujin, which by that mean I think they just took screen caps from the show. Yes, or they just, more likely, just kind of pulled these off of the official boxes, more likely than anything. But yeah, like, there you go. There's Daijujin. There's the original Megazord, just kind of like standing up there proud. The back of the box is where things get fun. Okay, so let's go over the fun of here. So, made in Taiwan, which I do not believe is where the originals were made. Number 666. I believe that should be a warning sign. We go over here. Only suggested for children above 5 years old. Once again, 5 is aligned to the bottom of the Y, not the rest of the lettering. And then is a Der Grundpunkt. Der Grundpunkt. If I'm offending someone in German, I apologize. Why is this in a different language than everywhere else in the box? I don't know. I have no idea. Like, just pull like random things from everywhere just to kind of like, because that CE. This didn't go through any kind of like system checks or anything. Like, they literally just print things on the box to make you think that this went through official channels. It did not. All right, so let's see what we have included here. We have the dinosaur sort Godhorn, and the Godhorn is the name of the Japanese version of the sword. So like, that's again blunt force translation from Jew Ranger. We have the Beast Tank Cannon, which obviously can't connect in cannon mode because this is a normal version of it. Beast Tank Cannon again. Instructions on how to lay it dead. I don't know. If we just go through, giant elephant seal. I didn't know elephant seals were prehistoric animals, but there you go. Dinosaur. Thank you for clarifying that. Thank you. Also, sword tiger. It's no longer saber tiger. Now it's a sword tiger. Also, they couldn't spell sword here. They could spell sword here. Please explain. Also, giant elephant seal. Seal. They didn't have the number. They didn't have the word sticker, apparently. And sometimes they just completely leave the word sticker off completely. So yeah, this is basically, if you can't tell by now, this is not the deluxe Megazord. So this is a 7-inch figure that is more akin to what the Japanese series would call standard. So you know how we have DX for everything that comes out for Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and we see that as the main version of the toys? There's a lot of simplified versions called standard. And unfortunately, that comes with the abbreviation STD. And yes, I certainly feel like this product could have given me an infection if this managed to puncture my skin. Put the seal on the Sort Tiger. Okay, so now it's not a saber tiger or a sword tiger. Now it's a Sort Tiger. And the dinosaur as shown in picture. Join the parts as shown in illustration. When press the button on the arm, the fish shall be shot out. The giant elephant seal or the dinosaur Sort Godhorn can be put on the fist. The tank cannon can be set in the 2 holes in its back. You are also telling me it can be put in the hands, but ignore that part. Step 2. Put the BigBeastGod down and turn the head of the dinosaur and the Sort Tiger as shown in illustration. Then the BigBeastGod shall be able to walk. I don't think that's walking. I don't think walking is the term that you're going for here. Now, it's supposed to roll. There are rollers on the toy. And you should be able to see the air quotes, but the box is in the way. When disassemble it, remove the Sword Tiger and the dinosaur along the picture direction. So again, Sort Tiger, Sword Tiger. English is apparently very difficult. And I guess that is I guess that's common. I guess a lot of people say English is difficult. Oh, by the way, it's like the flimsiest cellophane that's actually holding the toy inside the box. And good old styrofoam. So yay 90s. Alright, so that's enough laughing at the box. Let's see what you actually get out of this. So here is our BigBeastGod, otherwise known as the original Megazord or Daijujin. Now, for those playing along at home, can anyone tell me what is wrong with this picture? Because yes, at a first cursory glance, this just kind of looks like a standard Megazord toy. Very plain, definitely does not come apart as it's supposed to, but just tell me, just like, is there something you notice about this? Here, let me give you an idea. The legs have the wrong color plastic. The Triceratops is in yellow. The Saber Tiger, Sword Tiger, Sort Tiger is in blue. So they injected the plastic on the wrong molds. Oh, but the stickers are the same colors. So we have yellow stickers going through the blue, and then we have blue stickers going through the yellow. No, there is no way to fix this because the molding for the stickers is very specific. It's also not very well cut, so they barely fit in the areas they're actually supposed to go on in the first place. And some things like the eyes for the Triceratops don't even have instruction. So you just put them on and hope for the best. So that was the first thing that caught my eye when I actually got into this. It's like, oh, wow, that's a pretty major screw up. But also it kind of gives it this weird, like, knockoff-y charm, So, yeah, this is based on the standard Megazord. It does not come apart outside of the legs coming off. So you can have the Triceratops in yellow and the Saber-Tooth Tiger in blue as individual rolling vehicles. But that's about it as far as the, like, actual combination and Megazord aspect work in this. So everything else kind of looks fine. Like, quite honestly, surprised. Now, as a kid, I did have the original standard Megazord. I had, like, the basic one before my parents could actually afford the Megazord for me. So this is a very nostalgic toy for me. It's one reason why I took Morgan up on the offer, because this is a weird bit of familiarity. If you can see all the way around, yeah, there's the rollers it's supposed to roll on. I'll tell you now, these things don't work. They are very tightly stuck in, so they do not actually roll. The rollers on these, not so much better. They're just plastic hinged in, so they're very firm, very, very heavily frictioned. They are not going anywhere. They're mostly there if you want to roll your Megazord on his back for some reason. They're just going to keep everything from getting scratched up. And, not your toy. It won't scratch up the toy. It will scratch up your table or your desk or your floor. It'll surely do that. Also, it has one of the best traits of a knockoff, which is the mold flash here. This is incredibly sharp. Look at how much here. Here, look how far that sticks up. Like, that's not even remotely close. Like, this is where it gets, like, legitimately dangerous for a kid to handle, because these little points all over it are sharp. They're very sharp, and they are all over the toy. You will just be handling this and get caught by surprise by one. It's very unpleasant. Also, the chrome on this, there's actually very little chrome. The legs are a sticker, the arms, the upper arms are a sticker. The sword is chromed. It's also chipping. You can see there at the hilt. Yeah, not very well applied chrome. It has not held up very long. That really is wanting to flake and chip off completely. If we look at the stickers themselves, like, they're okay for the most part. The M has lost some of its green color, but really the stickers aren't too bad. Like, even after as old as this was, I applied the stickers for the first time, and they hold on pretty good despite the stickers being over 20 years old. Presumably, this does feel like something that came out in the 90s. Other weird things, the Triceratops horn, I fixed it a little bit, but it came out crooked, so the nose horn wasn't even put in there correctly. And then things like, yeah, the finish the mouth. That means he has a little yellow lip, which is kind of funny to me. Beyond that, we can take a look at the head itself. The head is okay. It's definitely missing the black around the eyes, but I think that was pretty much the standard for standard, is to cheap out on that. Funny enough, it has a head swivel, which I don't even remember if the original one could swivel its head, but it's a point of articulation the deluxe doesn't have, which I think is interesting. You can also see where the face paint does not go all the way to the back of his mouth plate. It just kind of paints the front. Besides that, what can we do? Okay, so let me get the weapons out of his fists, because we do need to test a couple other things. So, that kind of wanted to come off there for a second. Don't worry, we'll fire those two. So, let's see here. Yeah, he can actually... Well, no. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, yeah, so he can actually hold the little back guns in his fist. That, I don't think, is something the original Megazord can do. I remember the pegs for that on the original Deluxe Megazord being a little bit too thin for him to... or like a little too shallow for him to properly hold them. Okay, so yeah, this has that functionality maintained. And then we go into the main gimmick behind this, which is the flying fists. Let's see, this is probably going to be very loud. I will adjust if it's too loud. Let's see if the fists actually work after all of this time. If the autofocus will put the attention on the right spot. Why does the autofocus want to focus on the middle of the screen? All right. Hang on. I'm pressing. I'm pressing a lot. I didn't mean to aim for my emblem, but there we go. There we go. Can I do the other one? Hang on. Can I get the other one? Can I get the other one to fly off? No. Oh, this takes so much pressure. Oh my God! You have to get this pressed all the way in to make that work, and like that doesn't. It does. There we go. That one didn't go flying. Oh, the fist went flying, but the emblem did not. Okay. Now it's looking far more familiar. That's how you remember this toy, is like with the fist completely lost. I didn't think about that. I just kind of did it. I have no idea where those fists landed. Oh well. They'll turn up. We'll just have to finish this video very awkwardly. And yeah, just like the original, like, yes, you can dismantle the legs. I will show you that, no, you cannot switch their positions because they are molded to different sides. So I can't actually just like have the yellow and blue in the right spot, even though they're the wrong animals. Now, funny enough, if I actually had my original, like little like simple Megazord, I could actually use its legs in conjunction with these and actually have a Megazord with matching legs. So like if you look at the overall color palette of Daijujin here, it's the blue that doesn't really fit in. Blue is like an accent color everywhere else. So to have two yellow legs might actually pull the colors of this toy together a lot better, funny enough. But for now, it is what it is. This is just like a funny little look at a weird little trinket that came in. It's going to be like a nice little odd nostalgia piece for me because it feels familiar because I had the original, but it also feels very different. And I don't just mean the swapped legs. I mean the fact that it has the screen accurate stuff that a lot of the Power Ranger toys swapped out for their own designs. So in that, yeah, like this has a fascinating spot in my brain. But I just wanted to share it with you today because it's just a goofy little knockoff I thought we could have a little bit of fun with. So there you go. If you ever happen to find something called a BigBeastGod, you know what you're in for. If you don't mind the swapped leg color, it actually holds up pretty well. Aside from, like, I was going to demonstrate plastic squeaking that happened the first time I moved those, but apparently it doesn't do it after the first time, so never mind. I'm just going to wrap it up here. So thank you everyone for watching this goofy little video. I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.